where are you at right now for this year, right? And so many people just give up, and I've watched it firsthand. I've had clients do it. I've had friends do it, and it's like just keep showing up, right?
Oh yeah.
That's the biggest thing that I coach is consistency. It doesn't have to be crazy. It just has to get done every single day. So I'm struggling with some back issues. I was in Lincoln yesterday for an MRI. Not a lot of fun.
Oh
Probably,
man.
probably
Yeah.
going, probably going under the knife again here
Oof.
shortly to get my back fixed. Sounding like an L5S1 fusion. So I've had 2 discectomies there. Not a lot of fun to go through those, but this is going to be way worse if it is a
Mhm.
fusion. So, but that doesn't stop me. I've been training every single day. I don't know. Today was 1,932 days or something like that in a row.
Oh geez.
I think like, yeah, 276 weeks. I have not missed a day.
Oof.
And I would love to sit here and tell you that I absolutely crushed every single one of those days, but I would tell you probably, I didn't. Like today, me and Zeus, I got Zeus down here. He's under my desk hanging out with me for the show. I got a 125-pound Newfoundland golden retriever mix,
Oh
and
wow.
we went for about a 45-minute walk this morning. And Jackson texted me, said, "Hey, can you move your show up?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"I'm just getting done walking the dog. I'll make it happen." So, just your body was made to move, and that's
Mhm.
just getting up and being. You don't have to go crush, CrossFit or Orange Theory or any of that. Like, don't get me wrong, I love doing those things. I'm going to a CrossFit gym next Friday, believe it or
Oh
not,
yeah.
even with the bad back, just to check it out. I had a friend invite me, so I can honestly say I've never been in a CrossFit gym. Um, just never done it. It's just never been one of those things. But I had somebody invite me, so I'm gonna go check it out just for fun. I went to Orange Theory a couple of weeks ago for the first time. I'd never done that before.
Okay.
Now my dog wants out. You're stuck, buddy. Sorry. Um, so I always believe in trying different things and finding your Netflix of fitness, right?
Yeah.
And maybe I've talked about that on the show before. I don't know. Um, but to me, you have to find your Netflix of fitness, whether that be walking, whether that be riding a bike, whatever it is, run. Like I used to tell people, like, I only like to run with a football in my hand. And if I was able to score a touchdown, that's the only time I
Mhm.
really like to run. So, um, and there's just a lot of things running can like, especially for a guy my size, like running was not a
Yeah.
great thing for me. Like long distance, I've done 2 half marathons. I did my first half marathon ever was in Las Vegas. Ran the strip down to the old downtown and then back.
Oh
It was
wow.
it was
Okay.
yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy, and it was at night. So yeah,
Ooh.
we started at Mandalay Bay,
Okay.
ran
Yeah. Yeah,
ran
yeah.
ran almost all the way down to Fremont Street, and then turned
Okay.
turned around and came back. That was
Yeah, that's a ways away.
13.1 miles.
Yeah.
And I trained for it, but that morning I weighed 241 pounds the day I ran my first half marathon.
Mm.
I ran in about 208. My goal was to break 2 hours, but my shoulder locked up um,
Oh man.
at about mile 10. So I started like, you know, my legs were great. My shoulder locked up, and it never happened in training. So it was cool to say I did it, right? Like, and then my second one was the Lincoln half. Uh,
Okay.
I literally had to walk the last 3.5 miles of the Lincoln one.
Oh geez.
Still was 2.5 hours with
Ugh.
having to walk, but um, I just was like, okay, I'm done. I've done 2 halves. I'm good. That's not my Netflix of fitness, right?
Yeah.
So my thing's been what we call the metabolic morning matrix. I get up, I weigh in, I drink 32 ounces of water, and I do a 25 to 45-minute workout every single morning.
Mm.
Uh, and it doesn't really like, there is some programming to it, but really it's just make sure you're moving for 20 to 45 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's high intensity. Sometimes it's lifting weights. Sometimes it's just walking the dog like I did today. Right. So
Okay.
it's just making sure that I'm moving every single day. And I've been able to maintain my body weight between about 218 and 225 for the last 3 years on this system. So,
Okay.
and really why I'm bringing this up is, nutrition is a big part of, weight maintenance, right? Training is awesome, but if you can train all you want, and if you're not eating right, you're going to
Mhm.
struggle. Um, and I love to eat. So my group, the STB locker room, is we're gonna try some. I've never done this. I've tried a lot of different things, but we've never done this. I've never done this. We're gonna try carnivore,
Oh, okay.
starting tomorrow. And so I put a little carnivore thing together. Did my research, got a PDF, and all this stuff for my clients. So it's absolutely free. You can reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll shoot you the link to get the program for free. And it also includes our Unstoppable program, which is a mindset program that's free. It's a 20-day Unstoppable mindset program. And something that, being in in the fitness space, I've come to find out it's not the fact that people don't like to work out or they don't like to eat better. It's the fact that they can't get their mind straight with it, right? The
Yeah.
frame in which, like, I grew up in the fast food business, literally. Like
Oh,
my
man.
my brother still owns 2 Burger Kings, right? Like
Oh, okay.
it's a family business, right? It was Burger King here in Norfolk, Nebraska. And so that's the frame I grew up in. And to eat anything, it's just what we did. It's just, it's no different than, what religion your parents took you to. That's what you grew up in, right?
Yeah.
Until you actually open your eyes to something different, and that's how I kind of got into fitness. Obviously, I was a pretty decent football player. I wouldn't say, elite by any means. I was on a pretty elite team, which was a lot of fun. Um, but even as a high level athlete, I would, learning. Dave Ellis was our nutritionist down here,
Okay.
and learned a lot from Dave in the nutrition program, and just different things. And then getting into the fitness realm with stuff, just learning a lot more about how food works in your system. And so this carnivore, I've never done it before. I'm excited to try it. I like trying new things. And if you haven't heard anything about it, it's all meat, eggs. It's
Oh, man.
literally no vegetables, no fruits, no carbs at all, at all. Like, it is animal products only. So, we're talking steak, we're talking, you know, eggs, we're talking cheese is okay because it's an animal product, right?
Yeah.
So, um, pretty interesting. So I'm going all in for 30 days starting tomorrow. So all of March basically, except for today. Today's prep day. I'll be
Okay.
prepping this week for this week, and so will a lot of my clients. And just interested to see where it leads me, mentally, physically. Um, I've always been a proponent that you need carbs, and so we're gonna find out.
Oh, man.
The next 30 days, I'm not gonna have a single carb ever, like locking in and just seeing where that takes me. And maybe I love it, maybe I hate it, but you don't know until you try. And once again, trying to find a a meal plan that works for different people, like
Yeah.
different people, different strokes, right? Like, not everybody loves to work out the exact way I do,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
There's a ton of runners out there. There's a ton of bikers out there. There's a ton of, like, I don't run. I ride the assault bike, like, but I don't ride a bike anymore. Like, have
Mm.
no. I used to. I did 16 triathlons.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
so I did a
Okay.
lot of road biking. Um, but I have no desire whatsoever to get back out on the road and ride a bike anymore. Just for I've been beat up too much. Like, dude, and it's always kind of scary riding your bike on the road. I'm gonna be honest. Like, you just never know about traffic, so that's a
Yeah.
scary thing. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. March for sure. We'll obviously touch it. Today weighed in at 226 pounds even. So that's my starting weight. So we'll report every week how carnivore is going, and
Oh yeah.
and you'll know if I'm happier or crabbier or like. I got a feeling this first week's going to be kind of. I've literally gotten away with eating anything I want for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I
Oh
eat
yeah.
whatever I want whenever I want. I mean, I have ice cream. I had and I literally stay between 220 and 226, 227.
Ugh.
Just kind of depends. So I literally can eat anything I want. And so now focusing it in, and I'm only going to eat this, animal products. It's going to be a lot of steak for me, a lot of eggs. It's going to be, interesting because, like I said, I can't tell you. I've done some 3-day water fast. I've done some different things that I've tried. But to go 30 days without carbs is going to be, I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah.
Um, I've done keto, but probably wasn't 100% keto. I'm literally 100% doing this carnivore thing for 30 days
Oh man.
because it's kind of one of those things. If you don't go all in on it, then you shouldn't be doing it at all, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that'll be the hardest part for me is the sweets. I have two granddaughters. I love spoiling the oldest one with ice cream when I see her. So she literally sees me and she says, "Grandpa, ice cream." So, like, she knows that I'm kind of the
Oh
ice
yeah.
cream guy. Um, so it'll be really interesting how
Yeah.
this plays out over the next 30 days. And so with that, it's just all about getting better, right? Like I want to be better. I know 225, I weighed 226 this morning. I want to get closer to that 200 range. I'm 50 now. I don't really have any need to be, bench pressing 400 pounds anymore. Although, I mean, and I can't bench press 400, but I used to.
Mm.
But I did get 225 for 18 the other day. Uh,
Okay.
Not
Okay.
bad for, we got the combine out going on right now, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really looked at it. I just saw Ty Robinson. Uh,
Fedoni had a
did he have a
really
good
good
day?
combine, but I was expecting him to have a good combine. I know
Mhm.
Tommy Hill didn't end up running like a 40 or anything just because his foot is still, I think,
Still messed
injured.
up.
But Thomas Fedoni has had a great combine, and I think his draft stock has definitely gone up because of
Awesome.
it. So
Awesome. I'd love to see. I have not. I've just been kind of crazy all over the place this last week. So I just saw Ty Robinson's 4.83. Correct.
oh yeah,
I mean,
483 at what is it?
288 pounds.
288 pounds.
Unreal.
Unreal.
Yeah. My son called me and said, "Dude, he ran like I'm only a tenth faster than that." He goes, "And
Yeah.
I weigh 50
Oh
pounds
yeah.
less than him." I'm like, "That's crazy." So that's awesome for Ty. Obviously, if you can pull up Fedoni's
Yeah, I'm
numbers, I
pulling it
would
up
love
right
to see
now.
him. I'd
There's
love to
people
hear him.
trying
I
to
haven't
charge
seen
me
him.
just to look at this. Let me just go directly to the NFL. I know he posted, so in terms of his 40, he ran a 4.7,
Nice.
and then for his 10-yard split, he ran a 1.57. His vert
Okay.
was 35.5. His broad
Awesome.
jump was 10.6, which I believe is first out of all tight ends.
Nice.
His three cone was 7.01, and then his 20-yard shuttle was 4.29. So
Nice. So yeah, had a great combine for tight end. That's
oh
awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, good for him. I hope he does well. I hope his draft goes well as well. We always want to see the Husker guys do
Yeah,
well. Um,
absolutely.
Obviously, I think we can talk about his career at Nebraska being, I wouldn't call it a bust by any means, but
No.
just a struggle. Like I would call it the struggle bus, right? Like
He had some
I mean,
high hopes coming out of Council Bluffs, and I think he was the second overall tight end in that class when
mhm.
Frost recruited him. Stuck around for Rule, had a little bit of injury problem, but all in all was pretty solid tight end.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
know
I get
he,
the injury thing. I think at least two knee surgeries, if not three.
I
Um,
know, yeah, I
I
think
mean,
two.
two for sure. I think he did it three times, to be
I
honest.
think so.
Because I mean, he did it right out the gate, and then I think he did it two
Yeah,
more times. I mean, just so great to see a guy overcome some of that adversity, have a
Absolutely.
great combine, and hopefully he can have uh, a career in the NFL. It'll be awesome to
Mhm.
see. And obviously not fitting into kind of what we were trying to accomplish last year. I don't know, like, and I don't know, having um, Dylan there kind of changed what we were gonna, what we originally kind of planned, right?
Yeah. It was
I,
also last minute that it's not like it threw a fork in Matt Rule's plans, it just changed it.
right.
Because if you remember, at the time, during all this was going down, Kyle McCord, who ended up going to Syracuse, was on campus. Julian Fleming, his former teammate at Ohio State, was also on campus.
Hmm.
And all of a sudden, you hear this rumor that Dylan Raiola is coming up to Lincoln on a whim.
Right.
And all of a sudden, it's now, okay, who's going to be our quarterback next year? Oh, we got to get somebody out of the portal. It's Kyle McCord, Will Howard, all these guys that are up here. I mean, Cam Ward was even a thought thrown out at a time. And then all of a sudden, Dylan Raiola gives a call to Matt Rule and says, hey, I want to take another look here, and comes up, commits. And then now it completely changes the outlook of the next couple of years at Nebraska.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely changed it. And, um, you know, speaking of Husker football, it is once again March. We're 22 days away from spring ball starting.
Yeah.
So obviously, I have a little insight, having a kid on the team going
Mm-hmm.
through winter conditioning right now. And I saw him yesterday after my MRI and talked to him. Like, man, Matt drills her dad is the hardest thing I've ever done.
I'd imagine.
And he goes, even the guys that came in from the portal, is like, they've all come from different places, and they're,
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
like they're brand new to training, right? And all of them are like, man, we've never done anything this hard anywhere.
No.
So kudos to Coach Campbell, getting these guys, I think, more, yeah, physically prepared, but mentally prepared to do battle, right? And once again, I think a lot of stuff comes down to the mentality.
Yeah,
And we
absolutely.
can talk about that 94-95 team, and the thing that separated us from everybody. Like, we played Miami in 94. You want to talk about a very talented team that we played. We mentally beat them up,
Yeah.
and physically, like in the fourth quarter. And so I think Coach Osborne was so good at having us mentally prepared. And that all started with the offseason, with the metabolic circuits that Boyd Epley put us through.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
that
Boy,
set up
definitely.
for spring ball was brutal, and it was competitive.
I would imagine.
And um, you know, and we kind of, like, my first spring ball was a 94 spring. I came in, I was ninth on the depth chart at IBAC. Ninth.
Ninth?
I was a walk on, and I was the youngest guy
Oh,
there,
yeah.
right? Like, so I was ninth on the depth chart. We ran four teams, so you had two running backs on each team. So I was actually like the odd man out of team four. Like, so
Oh my
that's
gosh.
that's how low I was on the depth chart. And what I loved, being a walk on, what I loved about how Coach Osborne and Coach Solich ran, the running backs, was you got a shot.
Yeah.
Everybody got a shot. And, by the end of that spring ball, I was four string I back on the 94 national championship team, right? I was able to move up just because I'll tell you what, I knew the playbook inside and out.
Mhm.
you know, I didn't mind blocking, which, and so, and I wasn't a bad ball carrier, right? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't fumble. Like, we got graded out on every scrimmage. I didn't, like, I just steadily kept moving up. I didn't fumble. Like, everybody, like, you get hit hard. We're going
Mhm.
against, the 94 defense. I'm telling you, we got hit hard. And it was a lot of guys fumbled, and, you get that -2 on a grade, in a scrimmage, and you start, and I just held on to the ball, to be real honest. Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Probably how I climbed the depth chart was that I just never fumbled.
Oh, man.
Something that Nebraska had some issues with in the past years, right? Is holding on to the
Yeah.
ball.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it feels like every year there's at least some level of a struggle with it. I know, I mean, I don't know, like, call anybody out, but, like,
Right.
every year
Yeah.
there's always the
It's
little
been
bit of
bad.
struggle with fumbling the ball.
And I remember my little brother would have been the fullback. It would have been the 99 season. I think Nebraska led the country in fumbles.
Yeah.
And my little brother had one against Colorado, which is crazy. And then that goes into overtime. We ended up winning the game, but thank goodness, because his fumble basically gave them the opportunity to tie the game. And it was like, oh my gosh, right? Like,
Yeah.
it was like our fourth fumble of the day. It wasn't like he was the only one to fumble, but you gotta hold on the ball, and that's how I kind of ranked up into the depth chart. And I can't wait for spring ball. I get to go watch some practices. I'm going to probably take advantage of that as much as possible, and see how we're developing on that new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. We got a lot of new stuff again to look at, right? Like, how is this going to work? And I know Snow came out and had a little press conference, and that was really good. And I talked with VJ and Terrell and Bach on Wednesday, on Winter World Wednesday, about Coach Snow and kind of how he's fitting into this whole scheme of things. So, but yeah, let's we better take a break, man. I've been John, so let's come back from break, and we'll talk a little bit more spring ball in '94. I kind of give you some stories from my experience in '94 spring ball. Was my first spring
talking
ball.
A lot of old school Nebraska football today. Yeah. We've had Ron Brown, we've had Steve Taylor.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk a little spring football and what that experience is like. So we'll be back here on 93.7 The Ticket with the Power Hour.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Picture this. You're in the doghouse and flowers just won't cut it this time. Enter jewelry, the ultimate peace offering. It's a gesture that speaks volumes, showing her you're willing to go the extra mile to make things right. So next time you're in the doghouse, remember, diamonds are a guy's best friend too. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln. Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Ella Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Back to the Power Hour with Todd Uhlir on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we are back with the Power Hour. I'm your host, Coach Todd. That's what I always go by him, I think. Todd Uhlir. Let's talk about spring ball. It's coming up. We got 3 weeks of training left. Their winter conditioning, and then Huskers are going to be starting to pad up. So kind of interesting how spring ball works. You can't practice every day. I believe you get 3 to 4 practices a week. You're limited to the number of practices. Okay. And then obviously the big thing this year is no spring game, right?
Yeah, this is a new one.
So I'm kind of crazy that the spring game's not going to happen. I remember in '94 that, Scott Frost had come back, and he was there for winter conditioning in spring ball in '94. Obviously had to sit out a year. There was no transfer portal back then like it is now.
Yeah.
So he had to sit out a year because he went to Stanford for the first semester and then came back to Nebraska for for second semester. And so it was white versus red. And I had worked my way up to 4th string. So I was on the white team with Scott Frost, and Coach Osborne sat in the press box and watched. And Coach Solich was the head coach of the red team, and the red team had won for quite a few years. I mean, we played a game, guys. Like, this wasn't this, two-hand touch stuff that we've seen in the past here. We played a legit game. It was a lot of fun to be a part of. And so Scott and I were on the white team. Tommy Frazier and Lawrence Phillips was, but we had the defense. So it was basically the twos, which was the third and fourth string versus the first and second string. And so they flipped it. Like, we got our defense was the number 1 and 2 string defense. And the number 1 offense was going against the 3 and 4. So we did pull that win out.
Okay.
Which was a lot of fun. And that was the first time the red team had been beaten in a while. And so it was a lot of fun. Spring ball is just a little different because you have those days off in between. And it's like, do you get enough reps? Do you get but it's just enough. Like, I'm telling you, like, it was so much fun to be a part of spring ball. And you got opportunity. We had scrimmages in practices, like X amount of play scrimmages. We'd have 10 play scrimmages, or, stuff like that. Just a lot of live action to help people progress up the depth chart, or, get passed up, one or the other. And so for me, it was an awesome opportunity. And I can tell you, I'm down first week. Probably, maybe first week, maybe it might have been the second week, because it doesn't last very long, 4 or 5 weeks. It's not very long. And I'm jogging back to the huddle, and a guy ear holes me with the ball. And I ended up getting in a fight. I took him down and got under his face mask and was going to town. I had 4 brothers growing up. I fought a lot. And so I just wasn't going to take any of that. And I just remember when they pulled me off, there's Coach Osborne standing right there, and he was just pointing at the stadium steps. It's like, okay. So I had to run all the stadium steps for the rest of the practice. And it happened pretty early on. So unfortunately, I got a lot of the stadium done. And if you stopped, like, one of the undergrad assistants would be screaming at you, keep going, Uhlir. So I ran a lot of those steps that day in practice, but I also, proved that I wasn't, just a guy you're going to push over. And then I steadily started climbing that depth chart. And so got to play a lot in that spring game. It was a lot of fun. And then, the 95 spring game is kind of, was one for the history books. I actually broke an 89-yard touchdown run. And that was the longest touchdown run in spring game history until Bobby Newcomb broke it with the 92-yarder. And now it's going to be there forever, right? Bobby Newcomb will have it for. So I always have the second longest game second longest touchdown run in spring game history.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I literally it was just a little dive play to the left. I got it on video. It's kind of funny. And it just, like, literally everybody got knocked down. Like, I didn't have to break a tackle. I didn't have to do anything. It was just wide open. Which was a lot of fun. And I still outran Ramon Worthy, who was a linebacker out of New Jersey, who was like the New Jersey 100-meter state champ. I always said, once you put the ball in my hand, I wish I could run the 40 with the ball in my hand. It was just a little bit like, or put the pads on. And when somebody's chasing you, you tend to be a little bit faster, right? Like, so I always said that, like, my field speed and my actual 40 speed, I ran a 4.60 electronic.
Okay.
Wasn't slow, right? I wasn't slow, but I wasn't a 4.4, right? Like, I mean, 4.4 is legit. Lawrence Phillips could run 4.4 with blindfolded, and, like, he was fast. So it was just a lot of fun. And I can't wait for my son to experience spring ball. I know obviously he came in June 1st last year, so he's almost been there a year. went through all the summer conditioning and training, and then fall ball, obviously being a red shirt, and playing a position that we don't know if we're even going to have that position next year. To be real honest, we'll see. From what I understand, there's not going to be a lot of fullback play from Helgerson's offense. From what I've been hearing, even though I know Rule was all about the fullback coming back, it sounds like that's not going to be the case too much, and except for like goal line, those kinds of things. So, but it'll be fun just to see his experience versus mine, and just be able to kind of watch that progression, and just knowing like fall ball, he was scout team. It's hard. It's such a mental challenge coming from being like the best player on your team to now you're just another, like you're on the bottom of the totem pole. I mean, this is a kid that walked into his high school as a freshman at 6 foot, 205 pounds, ready to play. You know what I mean?
Unreal.
So he had 4 years of like just kind of being the man. And then going to this where it's just, hey, you're working your ass off every single day with zero potential of ever getting on the field. Like that's hard mentally, so, and he got through it. Proud of him. And I mean, all these young kids, come into that situation, and it is mentally the hardest thing. And, I've trained a lot of kids that have gone D1 football, and I tell them the hardest part is the mental challenge of going from playing, and being the guy to standing on the sideline. That's probably the hardest thing. The speed of the game is unbelievably faster. I remember coming back watching my 2 little brothers play high school football for the first time, and it was like, tell me I wasn't that slow, right? And both my little brothers, Tommy could have walked on at Nebraska. My other brother Tyrone did walk on at Nebraska, so they're D1 talent playing, and I'm standing there watching them like, tell me I wasn't that slow, because the speed of the game is so fast in college, and it's such a transition to get there. But I think it's the mental side of the game that's the hardest. It was just unbelievable that you could, like, people hit this hard every single play.
No kidding.
And now I think my body's paying for it a little bit with the knee replacement, a couple back surgeries, all that good stuff. So, but yeah, it's going to be fun to see. Like I said, all the new coaching that we have. I mean, it's not that much different, but it's going to be different, right?
Yeah.
We've got a new associate head coach. We got basically a new offensive coordinator. We got a new defensive coordinator, right? We've got new receivers coach. We've got all these new players that are coming in from the portal, and all the freshmen coming in, and all those guys from that redshirted in 2024 that are now going to start vying for some playing time, we hope, right? Like, and it's just it's so fun to kind of see those that are going to rise. And somebody sent me a picture of like the top 10 recruits like 10 years ago, and like none of them ever even played, right? So it's kind of crazy to kind of see how recruiting goes and who actually steps up and fills those shoes. It's going to be a really, really interesting spring for Husker football. And I'm looking for Dylan Raiola to take a step forward, and I'm not maybe like 4 or 5 steps forward because of the receivers we brought in. I think that is going to be tremendous. I think obviously we brought in some offensive linemen that are going to be able to protect this guy probably better than we did last year. Or at least that's the hope, right? Like bringing in the Notre Dame guy and the Alabama guy, and knowing, hey, these guys played at a really high level for some really big teams and some really big games. So, bringing those guys in, hopefully we're going to be able to protect him a little bit better and see what we can do. It's going to be really exciting. I can't say that, we're going to run the table or anything like that, but we were in every game last year except for Indiana. Every game.
Every game.
We had an opportunity. Yeah, we had an opportunity to win every single one of those games last year, except for Indiana. I mean, we just, we
not our day.
Stunk up the bed there. So it's exciting. And, for those Husker fans, like, I know we get excited as Husker fans every single year, right?
Every year.
And then it seems like, it's been this 8, 9, 10-year drought of, God, we just can't win the 1-score games. We can't do that.
Yeah.
We won a 1-score game.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting to move in the right direction, and I really think that Rule's on the right track. Do I think he's perfect? Probably not. Like, I don't think how do you navigate this landscape in college football these days, right? It's just absolutely insane.
But we're heading into the year 3 of Matt Rule, which, his track record in year 3 is pretty good.
Pretty good, right? Pretty good.
But
what was he at Baylor, like 12-2 or something like
that?
Yeah,
I think they won the Big 12 that year.
Yeah.
I think they won the Big 12 that year at Baylor, and then same thing at Temple. They were a 10-win team.
Big 12's a little different than the Big 10.
It's a little different. So
it'll be interesting to see. All right. Well, we're going to come back for one more segment after these messages. We'll close up shop talking. I don't know what we'll talk on the last segment.
Yeah.
We'll come up with something. Maybe some. I don't know. We'll come up with something good.
Yeah.
We'll have a trivia question for. Maybe we can see if anybody knows how long that touchdown run was in the spring game. So Bobby Newcomb's was 92. How far was my touchdown run in the 95 spring game? So we'll be back after this on the Power Hour here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village. Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey farmers, do you run a precision planting monitor in your planter tractor? Boyk Farm Outfitters is hosting our annual 2020 Monitor Clinic at the Holthus Center in York on Wednesday, March 19th. They'll run through everything on the monitor, from basic setup to more complex downforce settings, and everything in between. You'll learn agronomy principles behind some of the monitor settings and will leave refreshed and ready to plant. Representatives from Precision Planting will be on hand to handle any questions that you can throw at them. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot.
Attention Nebraska sports fans. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join us and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard, guard the good life.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Back to the Power Hour with Todd Uhlir on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back for the final segment here. We're going to wrap this baby up. I thought of some cool stuff to talk about before we get out of here, Jack. The Minnesota is playing the men's basketball team today, right?
Yep, they sure are. At one here,
like
a couple
4
minutes.
minutes. 4 minutes, so we need a win. Let's go
do.
Huskers. Let's get this W today. And then I want to shout out to Zach Zoner. He is a pole vaulter for the Huskers. He transferred in. He went 17.2.5, I believe, in the pole vault and placed seventh at the meet yesterday, I believe it was. But I just saw that on. He grew up in Battle Creek. He's a Battle Creek boy.
There you go.
So my older brother Troy had the pole vault record at Battle Creek, and then Zach's dad Kevin Zoner broke my brother's pole vault record at Battle Creek.
Okay.
And Zach broke that record. So Zach is a BC boy. He's a Husker track guy. I believe he was at a smaller college the last couple years, but just got better and better. And then he came into Nebraska for his last indoor season, I believe. So excited to see him. That was a PR. I don't do 17 feet on a pole. Insane. Coach Snitsler tried to get me to pole vault my freshman year, and I went up to pole one time and I was done. I'm like, I'm good. I'm going to stay on the ground. So,
oh man,
no, not a lot of fun. So shout out to the Husker track team and those guys that they're all doing well. So I know they have big plans for track. My son was a shot putter, discus guy. I know he's missing it right now. He talked about it yesterday when I talked to him. He's, man, I'd really like to be throwing the shot put right now. He really loved that, and he threw 61.11 and a half in high school, which was kind of nuts.
Oh, man.
Broke the school record that had stood for 36 years. So, but yeah, so we've got Husker hoops coming up, and I believe here on the ticket there's post game.
Starting right after the game. You tune back in here for post game with Eric Strickland. Austin Orman will join in.
Yeah,
towards the end of that. But
yeah, awesome. So that's what we got for this week on the Power Hour. Thank you for joining. We'll be back next week, maybe at our designated time. Who knows?
We bounce around now with these shows.
It's all right, man. Hey, I'm grateful for the opportunity to
absolutely.
tell my story and talk with you every week, Jackson. And it's been a lot of fun, and we're gonna have more fun. So
yeah, man.
I know I tried to have a guest this week, and they couldn't do it this week.
Okay.
So maybe next week I'll have a guest, a business guy that I've known for 20 years and just kind of want to get his perspective on his story and that kind of stuff. So I'm working on that. I'm working on some guests. So it doesn't have to be just Todd's story all the time, but I do have a lot of them. I mean, there's a lot of stories I can't tell on the radio, to be honest, from my days of playing. So, but yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week here on 93.7 The Ticket. That's what we got. God bless, much love, and peace out. Have a great week. And